There's only 10 seconds left. This is the final push. The fighters are scrambling to figure out how to gain some meter here. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. It's a draw. No one's left standing. We're tied up at 1 round each. Do these two have anything up their sleeves for the final round? The last round. It's now or never. Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up here. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. Both players have stopped moving. There may be some technical issues happening. Hogs nothing but air! Player 1 can't use any drive. There's a burnout! Gets him with a Euro step. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 1 is in a very good... Gotta do better than that. Pumps him hard. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Dangerous range here. Sets up with the jump in. Draw super hard incoming. Are they going to be able to come back and flatline though? Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Challenger.
Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Showtime, baby! Try to keep up.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Knockdown. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Alright, what's coming up next? Nice! Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Gets the knockdown and he's down to the wire. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Burnout activates. Gets the combo. A super art? Hey, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Taking no prisoners. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Bring the heat.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Checking how their opponent reacts to Fireball. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape. What are they thinking here? Neither of them willing to back off. Player 2 may be just about done this round, but they still have a chance with a full drive gauge to tap into. That drive impact doesn't get through. Next hit will end the intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with Fireball. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Going in, they've got the meter for a drive impact. There's a change of side. Risky up-close scrap still going. Rolling Soba. Hits them with a stop and pop. Both there's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Getting that extra juicy with Kagero no Mai. They must have a game plan here with a critical art on deck, but X finishes it with the anti-air. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Rush off a projectile to waste time. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. You're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. No good up high. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Taking stock. Player 2 with KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Brushes off the impact. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Getting that extra juicer with Kagero no Mai. Hits him with a stop and bop. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Will we see him drive him? Oh, burnout triggered. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Gotta do better than that. This will be some big damage. Catches out the cage right there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the weekend. Time to punch out.
Good night. Tell them how you like that, leader.
Player 1 can't use it, knocks them out of the air. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's the gypsum for the win? Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? Player 1 is just about out of drive out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Taking stock. The super armor does its job. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Life lead opens up. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Player 2 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. That combo did decent damage. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Drive gauge gap here. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Knockdown and just cool into the rope kick. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. This is a complete more fuel to the fire. Cook him up.
Hey!
Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
A projectile to say, get off! Blocks the impact. Player 1 needs to use that drive gauge better if they want to take things back. Brushes that off and keeps going. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive up. The drive impact doesn't work. Anti-air in the clutch. Reads the jump in perfectly. Oh, in with the rush. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Solid anti-air. What are you jumping in for? Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Backs them into the corner in a hurry. Gets down to the wire. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Knockdown. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Brushes off the impact. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. The drive impact doesn't get them the punish counter, but it's still good. Solid combo. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. What a finish. Great meat on the life gauge there. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Uses the gauge for a super art. Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Taking no prisoners. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Are these two gonna fight forever? Let's see what these fighters have up their sleeves out of the gate. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. No good up high. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Taking stock. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some jiu-jitsu. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight!
Hits them with a stopping bomb. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Rips the slasher out. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Will we see a drive hit? Fantastic awareness. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. The super hits, and this looks like it's gonna kill. Taking no prisoners. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. He ain't even close to done yet. Converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Deals some damage with that quick combo. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 1 has the life lead. Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Knockdown. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Alright, goes for the super art. Even with both fighters in burnout, this may be the time to strike and take the round. One shot is all both fighters need to close this out. KO! Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Checking their reactions with a fireball? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Lighting up the skies with positive no mind. Going in, brushes that off and keeps going. How will they manage this? Burnout activates. Both sides convert. Uses the gauge for super art. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. What'll happen here? Get carried to the corner. A drop got him up against the wall, and the stun is there.
Ooh, it's getting hot here. Calm down, right?
They gotta dig down deep. Huge hit flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
Back Axis tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Player 2, there's a wall spike. They can't do anything now. Player 2, with the rhythm, owning that space. What now? Nothing stops this train. Punish counter on reaction. Player 2 is turned out, but they may have a plan here. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. A jump in? A real test of nerves here. Catches out the cage right there. Is it over? Will they survive? Are you kidding me? Player 2 straight up outplays them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. Uses their drive gauge. Took him to the corner in a flash. Jumps up. Player 1 has been really leaned down to the wire. The drive impact nets them a sweet punch counter. Strings it all together. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Gets him. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight!
Option creates space to start. Hits them with a stopping block. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away. Oh, what's this? But this is gonna be bad news. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Burnout activates. They're both driveless. This is gonna get messy. Blocks it. A super art? The super doesn't hit. Not close enough for the throw. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Jumps in. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta get in there. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Brushes that off and keeps going. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Deal some damage. Oh! Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player 2, hold your breath. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Down to the wire. Lands a punish counter for the first hit. Sticks the combo. Risky up-close scrap still going. Doesn't miss a beat. Were they baiting them into that? They've got the meter. Burnout activates. How will they utilize it? They're both driveless. It's it all on the full meter. You know what that means? It's time for the weekend. Both fighters' planets knocked them out of the air. Player 1 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. We blinks it. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Cashes out the cage right there. Andrew Arasakura finds the mark. Maya's gonna give you the warm and fuzzies, but not the ones that you want. A lot of pressure building up here. What? Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's a daring impact to wrap up the round? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight!
Changes the pace with the fire. They quickly get back into the corner of the stage. Hits them with a stopping blow. Yes, sir. More damage, please. The drive impact doesn't work. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Throws out the Kachosin forward rush. Drive rush. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Close range, this is gonna hurt. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Will this super art do anything? Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. There's the counter we wanted. Oh, perfect execution with the anti-air. Oh my god, they just choked it up. They are done. Player 2 straight up outplayed them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that rundown. The drive impact doesn't work. The Big Bang Kachosin comes out. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Drive rush. Gets in their face. Knockdown. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Lots of aggression from both sides. Sticks the combo. Player 2 oh! There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Are we KO? Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Fires off in overdrive. Got their eye on the air. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Had the radar up and running. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Both fighters are working with empty drive gauges, but I'm sure they want to make something happen. They were expecting that burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Jumps up. There's a change of sides. Knockdown and perfect KO. They were in full control there. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. They're in a proverbial downward spiral. There's no end to this battle. Projectile to try and change the situation. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Trips him up. Sticks the jump in. Sticks the combo. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Oh! Life Needle gets him. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Fires off in overdrive. Sees it coming and blocks it out. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Down to the wire. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Looking for a chance. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. They've got the meter for a drive. Just goes for it at this range.
Hey!
Spins it all on the full meter. You know what that means? It's time for the weekend. Going in? Excellent block. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Big opportunity coming. Wrecks them. A drive impact could end it all here. Oh, here we go. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Burns out. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. They gotta dig down. This is gonna close it out. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Strings it all together. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Shoots off a fireball up close. Next hit will end the round. Player 2 is almost dead, but from KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Had the radar up and running. Jump. Oh. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Bends the gauge on the drive rush. Gets the combo. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Player 2 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. KO. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? Got their eye on the air. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Trips him up. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO.
Round 2.
Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Down to the wire. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage, hitting that extra juicy with Kagero no Mai. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Barely blocks. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Side switch in the corner. Knockdown and... Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Jump KO! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Ooh, what's this? The move whips and they get nailed with a counter. All right, on dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Oh, burnout on both sides? All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Jumps up. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Taking stock. In there! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Hit them with a stopping bomb. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened? Up ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 2 has a select. Ooh! There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Big drive rush to keep it going. Knockdown and... Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Burnout activates. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal. Oh, he reads them like a book and takes them out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Checks them with the projectile. Had the radar up and running. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. They're really being worked over in the corner. The super armor does its job. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent gets super art activated. Expect something big here. Connect with the KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? From up above. Who's going to start things off? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Risky up-close scrap still going. A drive ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Dealing a nice chunk of damage. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Decides not uses their drive gauge. Player 2 with the leap cross that on. There's a drive impact. Player 2 is on the brink of disaster. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. Punish counter on reaction. Yes, more fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. No, throws it in. Oh, here we go. It is over. Player one is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. Impact counter. Oh, that's so sick. Dashes up. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. All right, what's coming up next? Absorbs the attack and fires back. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. They've got the meter front. Ooh! Burnout activates. Oh God, this is tense. Opts for the critical art. A clean KO. Nice meter awareness. In there. Player one wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Brushes that off and keeps going. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Can they turn this page advantage into something? A drive impact to end it all here. Gets the jump in. Grabbing it out, wraps it up with a decisive combo. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Immediate jump in. The drive impact is denied. Oh, they're in the breaks it. Here comes a big combo. What's next? That corner is starting to look scary. Are they going to impact them on the zone? Crashes out the cage right there. Hits them with a critical one. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. They are done. That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in a fight. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Medium kick. Sticks the combo. Player one hits. Oh! You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Takes us perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Very slick with the combo. Player one holding on to that corner advantage. Smart play to stop the opponent. Still slugging it out at this range. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Got their eye on the air. The combo's there. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? All right, what perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Ooh, hits them with a stopping block. They choose to spend the meat. It's a good spot to use the super. Player two will look to apply pressure. Ooh, it's getting hot here. Calm down, right? Wall is down. They got him so quick. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Goes for the jump in to start the round. The combo's there. Goes for the throw. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Brushes off the impact. Down to the wire. Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Sticks the combo. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure ends with a projectile. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They both showed their hands a little bit. Hold your breath. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Medium kick hits. Okay, creating some space here. What'll happen here? Max SA gauges. Unbelievably, it's a good spot to use the super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. They've got the beater for a drive impact. Crowns him from above. Immediate leg sink. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Betting it all on the drive rush. Keeps him out. Dangerous. Oh, burnout triggered. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Flatlines him. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Oh, it looks like they're waiting to see what brushes that off and keeps going. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Oh my god, they just choked it up! Oh, here we go! Drive impact misses! Player 2 turns out! Player 2 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. Super Art to show them what a PhD in fighters can do for you! Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super! Put them on a t-shirt with that finish! Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger.
Online. Casual match.